yourself to go.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Adjust that microphone if you need to. And speak up so everybody can hear you. Please.
Would you introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Gilbert Lemones.
And Mr. Lemones, what do you do for a living?
I'm a full-time pastor, and then I work part-time at the funeral home.
You're a full-time pastor and also work at the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
Which funeral home is that?
Hillcrest Memorial Funeral Home.
And what community is that in?
That's in Uvalde, Texas.
At the Hillcrest Funeral Home in Uvalde, Texas?
Yes, sir.
And is the funeral home located near a school?
It's right across the street, sir.
From what school?
From Robb.
Robb Elementary School?
Yes, sir.
Were you working on May 24, 2022 at the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing there?
Actually, at the time,
Yes.
I was actually just coming out of the embalming room, and we were walking out the door down the hallway until when we heard that there was an accident.
Okay. You actually heard an accident?
I didn't hear it myself. The office manager at the time was the one that said there was an accident out, so we ran outside without question.
And why would you run outside when you hear there's an accident?
Just because we wanted to see where it's at or what happened, and until we walked out, and that's when we saw the dust right across the street.
And what did you do when you saw the dust?
Immediately ran to help, or to help out the person. And at that time, as I was walking, I was calling 911 to inform them that there was an accident.
Okay. Were you by yourself?
No, sir.
Who were you with?
I was with my coworker, Cody Briceño.
Okay. And did you get to the scene of the accident?
Yes, sir.
And tell us what you saw.
Well, I just remember as I was crossing the street, I had to look to my left to see if there's no any of the vehicles coming. And as soon as I crossed over, I saw a truck that was in the gutter area where the water trolley's at. And then I didn't see him come out of the vehicle, but I just, all I heard is I got very close to him. I heard someone yell out, "He has a gun." And I stopped, and I'm like, "What gun?" I couldn't see a gun at the time.
Okay. So what did you do?
I paused, and I just yelled out to the guy. I said, "Hey, are you okay?" And he just stared at me, and all I saw was just this black post, what to me looked like a black post, like a fence post, coming up out of from the truck where he was on the other side, and he just kept looking at me, and then as soon as he went like this, it's when I knew that he had a gun, and he started firing, and I just turned around and started running back to the funeral home.
Did he fire before you turned to run or after you turned to run?
I think it was after I turned.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you saw the black post, you heard somebody yell there's a gun, and you turned to run.
Yes, sir.
And you said you had already been on the phone?
I was in the phone with 911 to tell him that, hey, there was an accident at the time.
And that was when you were on your way over there, or when
Correct.
did you call 911?
As I was walking across the street is when I was with 911 to let them know that there was an accident there. And then, of course, as soon as I ran back to the Hillcrest, I immediately called 911 and to let them know that he started shooting at us. And then I was watching him through the window, the scene unfold through the window of the side of the building, or the front office, should I say.
So you did get safely back to the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
But then you continued watching?
I continued watching and then calling 911 because we were shot at, and I didn't expect to be shot at.
And why would you call 911 if you were shot at?
Well, because I wanted to let them know that, hey, there's a guy out here that has a gun that's been shooting at us. And I didn't understand why. It's like, what was his motive? I didn't know.
Okay. Did you have any expectations when you called 911?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you expect the police to show up?
Well, that's the first thing that one would think, that the police department would show up.
So that's why you called them as opposed to somebody else?
Correct.
Okay. Now, But you stay watching this man after you get back in the funeral home, and you're in a position where you can see him?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you, describe what he looked like if you could tell.
I just remember him seeing a tall, skinny guy, Hispanic, and he was wearing all black. And as he started shooting at us, when I was looking through the window, he kept pointing the gun towards the funeral home. And then that's when I saw him throw a duffel bag across the fence. And when he threw the duffel bag across the fence, he then jumped the fence. He didn't walk, he didn't run towards the school. He basically walked completely, very nonchalantly, like no rush, no nothing. And as soon as he was walking that direction, I just remember the parking lot where the teachers park. He just pulled his hat up and he just shook his hair like he was waving it, put the cap back on. And at that moment, I saw a white car that went right through the parking lot. It went so fast, but he was standing right over here with us, where the school teacher's parking lot was at. And he just...
So you saw a white car arrive, and this is after you called 911.
Yes, sir.
And you see the man with black hair, and where is he standing?
And the parking lot where the teacher's parking, he was in between two vehicles.
In the teacher's parking lot?
Yes, sir.
And what did you see next?
And then I just, like I said, I just saw the car driving by, and then I just saw him walking towards the end of the school. And then I saw some children were at the playground, the pavilion. And I just remember him shooting at the children. And then from that point, he went...
Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure I understand the time. So you see him shooting at the children?
Yes, sir, the ones that were at the playground.
And that was after you saw the white car enter the school grounds?
No, not after. It was before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure I understood that.
Yes, sir.
So you see him shooting at children, and how much later did you see the white car?
I think it was just moments later.
And then what happened?
And then I just remember him going through the classrooms, and he started shooting in window by window until he got to the door where he walked in through.
So you could see all of that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you see other police officers pull up?
There was nobody there at the time.
Okay. So just that one white car is all you had seen?
Yes, sir. And then by the time he entered, I heard the shooting inside the classroom. At that point, I just, was begging 911 to please get officers out there. And then I saw a police officer arrive, and I was telling him he entered through that door. And that's the door that he entered through. And I just remember me walking towards that, and I hung up with 911, and I called my mom, and I said, "Mom, please get into prayers. Is that someone's shooting at the children here at the school."
And that was based on your observations in the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
That they're shooting at children?
Yes, sir.
And you called 911?
Yes, sir.
And begged them?
Yes, I just said, please get officers out here.
So you made 2 calls?
The first one, the 911 call that I made was because of the accident. And then the second one I made was because he started shooting at us and telling them, and I was with the operator, or the 911 operator, with him on the line while the shooting was going on.
Okay. May I have just a second to set up, John?
Yes, sir.
And do you want to use your board for the description?
You're free to use whatever you have. As an officer, if you want to. So, you want me to get it? You just mark as defensive line.
Well, can we just, we have our mark. Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine too.
Thank you.
Well, my numbers,
Unless I'm consistent.
yes, sir.
Your Honor, the only thing we ask is, I think that there's some additional writing on there that we haven't seen yet. So we just have to see what that is before we get this.
Okay. Okay, we good to go with that demonstrative exhibit?
Judge, now relocate?
Yes, Your Honor, and we'd offer State's Exhibit 1 for demonstrative purposes.
All right, no objection, it's admitted. Yes, you may move.
And may Mr. Lemones approach the exhibit, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind getting up and help us with this a little bit? And we've got jurors spread all the way across. So I'm going to ask you to stand here and kind of keep an eye on these jurors so you don't get in their way, and I'm going to get on this side and try to do the same. Okay? Would you start by showing us where your funeral home is?
Our funeral home is right there.
That's the funeral home.
That's the funeral.
And would you also show us where the wreck happened?
The wreck happened right here, sir.
Where the red X is?
Yes, sir.
And does this red line, is that an accurate depiction of the way you saw the gunman walk?
Yes, sir.
Would you trace that so the jury is kind of faint?
Right here.
Okay, so first you see him walk to the south end,
Yes, sir.
and then walk back all the way up to the north
And
end.
then walk all the way
end.
further.
And so you got out of the funeral home. Where were you, and where did you go?
I was right here in the hallway, and I was walking when I was told that there was an accident. So we walked out, and we started walking this way. When we saw the dust here, we began to run. I stopped here to look this direction to see if there's any vehicles were coming. And then I crossed over and I walked right about this area right here. And I saw the gunman, and that's when I called out to him and said, "Hey, sir, are you okay?" He didn't say anything at all. He just kept looking at me, and of course that's when I heard someone yell. I didn't know who it was. I just heard someone yell out, "He has a gun!" And I stopped, and I'm like, "What gun?" And that's when I saw him, pull the gun out
With the black post.
with the back that looked like a black post. And now afterwards, I realized it was the weapon he used.
Okay. Thank you. You can have a seat. And I'm correct that you called 911, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
You called 911,
Yes, sir.
and you're aware that they record your phone calls.
Yes, sir.
When you called 911, were you in an excited state?
I was really overwhelmed.
Judge, I'm sorry, sir. We'll stipulate to the 911 call, Judge.
All right, you may proceed.
Okay. Have you listened to the two 911 calls that you made before appearing before the jury?
No, sir.
Okay. But I believe they're stipulated
Yes,
that they're
sir.
fair and accurate representations. As you listen to these phone calls, I'm going to ask you if that is your voice and if that's a fair and accurate representation of the calls.
Yes,
Fair
sir.
enough?
Fair enough.
They would play, is it 6?
Yeah, I have.
We'd mark and offer Stacy to give the 21-year on,
No objection, Judge.
Submitted.
and maybe it displayed to the jury.
Yes.
Uvalde County 911. Yes, ma'am. Somebody just had an accident over here. I know you're just. You mean I didn't really? Somebody killing a gun. I'm shooting guns. Oh my God! They just got shot at us. They shot at you? Yeah. Listen, the guy from the school over here, he's in the back. He's having a serious injury at the school. Hurry! Hurry, please! He's in the bed. Oh my God! Oh my God! He's jumping into the schoolyard. He's jumping into the schoolyard, man. Are you in the schoolyard? Yes, he just jumped up on the fence. He's running towards the school. Oh my God. He's wearing black. Okay, we do have multiple officers heading out that way. You said he's wearing black? No, yes, he's walking. He's walking across to the Robb here right from the funeral home. Where it's called at the funeral home. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's one officers that are heading out that way. What do you mean? There's kids out there. There's kids out there, please. Oh, he's shooting at a truck and going by. Hurry! Yes, sir. We have multiple units heading out that way. Oh my God, these kids. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. My God. Father, please, in the name of Jesus. Please, Jesus. Oh my God. Lord, please protect me, children. Father God, in the name of Jesus. Father, I'm asking you to please. He's going to the school. They got to hurry. Is there hurry on the inside? Oh my God, this is taking about to shoot. Oh my God, Jesus, he's shooting at people. Maybe he's shooting. Oh Jesus, hallelujah. Oh my God. Father, in the name of Jesus, I just ask for you. I can't believe it. Oh, in the name of Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness, he shot at us. Oh my God. They're shooting. There's the Uvalde. School is out there. Okay, so dive officers there. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect with you, okay? Okay. Hurry. Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.
And I believe we had a stipulation that phone call started at 11:29:14.
Correct, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Lemones, I believe you described in your testimony that you were called upon to make a second call to 911. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What caused you to make a second call?
The actual shooting that was happening, there were the kids, that when the guy had walked into the school, when he began, to start shooting at the children.
And you could hear those shots from where you were.
Yes, sir.
So there was a second sense of urgency. And did you make that call then? I believe you had a stipulation, 11:33:18. Some 4 minutes later.
Yes, correct.
So stipulated, you may proceed.
And we'd asked to offer Station Exhibit 22, the second 911 call.
No objection, Judge.
I think
It's
they're
a
on
move.
they're on the same
Oh, they're
disc.
on the same.
Yeah, so we still exhibit number 21.
21A and B then, Your Honor, with A being the first phone call and B being the second.
All right, no objection, they're both admitted.
And then we play it for the jury.
You got to catch me. Get inside the school! Okay, then we do have you got into the building! God, in the name of Jesus, he's inside the school shooting at the kids! He's right there! Oh my God, you went inside the school! Yeah, we have multiple units inside of the school. They have locations. He's inside the school! He's not going Oh my God.
Are those two both accurate depictions of the 911 calls that you made?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lemones, other than talking to the 911 dispatcher, does that phone call indicate you were talking to other people? Who else were you talking to?
I was talking to some, I think it was the first officer that responded. It was the Uvalde police officer,
The police officers that responded?
the first one.
Okay. And, may I approach the witness?
Yes, sir.
You can just sit right there for, I just need to show one time. Just show the jury where the police officers were.
The first police officer that responded, that he parked right about right here. That was the one that I was telling him that he walked in through this door.
Okay.
And it was a Uvalde PD.
Did you ever see any officers at this intersection?
No, sir.
You did not talk to them?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the white car that you saw, would you show the direction you saw it and where it went?
Yes, sir. There's an entrance right here,
Yes.
and the car just came through this direction.
So the car drove in the same direction, at least ended up in the same place where the shooter was?
Up in this area, but the shooter was already inside the building when this. I'm sorry, I take that back. When the gunman was right here, if I recall correctly, it's when I saw a vehicle also pull by here, but they would not be able to see if whatever came through here. They wouldn't be able to see them because he was between two vehicles.
So the parking lot was full of
Yeah,
vehicles?
this car that came through here, I don't know who it was, but the car that came through here went fast.
It went fast?
It was real fast
And the gunman was between two vehicles at the time?
at that time. Yes, sir.
Okay. But was the parking lot full of vehicles?
Yes, sir. This whole parking lot was full of a lot of vehicles.
Because it was a school day?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lemones, let me also ask you, the funeral home, does it have video cameras on the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
And do those video cameras accurately depict the scenes both on the side of the funeral home as well as on the front of the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
We stipulate to those, Judge. No objection.
So we'll just kind of describe them for a second. Have you had a chance to look at those videos?
Some of them. No, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
And do they accurately depict what you saw that day?
Yes, sir.
And so what's the next number? Is it all three? We'd offer at this time, mark an offer, states Exhibit 22, which is all three funeral home
No
cameras.
objection. So all three of them, no objection, Judge.
They're due.
And maybe we'll
When
play
they
those.
publish it.
And if you'll just kind of swing around, we're going to play those funeral homes on that video behind you. You can pull it up. Okay, would you stop it real quick? Mr. Lemones, do you see the numbers in the top hand corner that are rolling continuously?
Yes, sir.
Does that appear to be the correct and accurate time as to when you saw these events?
Unfold. Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell us what angle we're looking at this point.
You're looking at the side parking lot of the vehicle as it's facing Robb School. It's on the entrance where the accident really happened.
And where is the ditch where you saw the vehicle wreck?
May I approach it?
Yes.
It's right here.
Okay.
This is the side, the front of the office is on this side, and you'll see us walking through here to go across.
Okay. And so what we're about to see then is that vehicle wreck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And does it also depict you coming out to check on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, would you pause it for a second? So, Mr. Lemones, I think what we're about to do is about to get to that point. I just wanted to point that out to you. We're just about 10 seconds from where the original wreck.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pause.
So was that the wreck?
That was correct. Yes, sir, that was correct.
And the next thing we'll see then is you and your cohort going over to check on them. Is that
Correct.
right? Thank you. Okay, pause it. Okay, we have 11:29:05 on the counter. Do you see yourself on that video?
Yes, sir.
And would you point that out for the jury?
That would be the first person on the right-hand side.
You'd be the person on the right-hand side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And so did that fairly and accurately depict that when you turned and ran and came back in as the shots were fired?
Yes, sir.
How many shots were fired?
To us, I couldn't tell you, but to be honest with you, there's quite a bit. I just remember bullets grazing us.
Okay. So it was more than one?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Could you just tell us what is this gunman doing at this point?
Yes, sir. At that point, I'm already inside the building, and I'm at the far right-hand office right here at the corner.
Okay.
And I'm watching him, and I'm calling 911 and telling them that I saw him where he jumped up. He threw first a duffel bag across, and as soon when he threw the duffel bag, then he jumped the fence himself, and then he started walking towards the school.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll watch now until we get to 11:31:36 and ask you what we see there. And so around 11:30, 1:36, is that when we saw the white car?
Yes, sir.
And is that the white car that you saw drive to the south
Yes, sir.
end of the building?
Yes, sir.
And the next camera angle will show better where that car went, is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, do we see other police cars arriving at this time?
Yes, sir. I see them arriving over here at this sign.
At that intersection?
Yes, sir.
Of when the wreck happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the time on the counter?
11:32:25.
Thank you. Okay, just stop it here. And we have it at about 11:33:35, and I'll ask you to describe what you see happen as we start it back up.
And honestly, I didn't know that the police officers were in that corner. I guess that's when I was with 911 calling, looking at towards the school.
You were looking at the other direction.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Because that vehicle, because I'm like trying to figure out, okay, where, all I remember is a UPD
Sure.
officer showing up, and I didn't know they were stopped right there.
You didn't actually see it, but do you have any reason to believe this wasn't accurately depicting the events as they occurred?
Correct.
Thank you. Okay. Start it back. Okay, just stop it here. Mr. Lemones, do you see another white car there at that point?
Yes, sir.
And is that the second car that you saw head in the same direction that the first white car?
No, I never saw no other vehicles other than just a white one. This is the first time I've ever seen this.
Okay, we'll look at the next section then.
Okay.
Okay. Well, would you note the time is 11:34:57? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
think now we're going to move to a front angle, which may be a lot more closely aligned with what you actually saw.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And this may help you describe for us those two white police cars that came up.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough? So as we start, could you tell us what we're looking at?
You're looking at the front end of the funeral home,
And where is the Robb School?
directly across the street in front of the funeral home.
And on the screen, is it on the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen?
What is the Robb School? It's on the left side of the screen,
And where does the wreck occur?
on the right-hand side of the screen.
Thank you. Stop it. Can you see the man who had the wreck and pulled the gun on you at this point?
Yes, sir.
And would you point that at, you might have to stand up, but point that out for the jury.
Yes, sir.
He's right there. And what's he doing as we stop the camera right there at 11:30.16?
He was jumping the fence at that point.
He's jumping the fence?
Yes, sir.
And now we're going to see him walk toward the Robb School?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you might just point it out one more time as he starts walking, just so make sure we see him.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of small from here. Yes, if you will.
This is where he's walking right now. And then he does out of view for a little bit because there's a bush there. And he starts walking this direction. And that's where he's at.
Okay. And now look, you see, it's just a very dark blur, but walking across the school ground.
Yes, sir.
And would you tell us to stop the video when he gets to the parking lot?
Yes, sir. Right there's where you're starting to step foot into the parking lot.
11:31, about 21 or 22.
As you can tell, he's walking in between the two vehicles at that point.
He's walking between the vehicles at 11:31, around 21 or 22. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now we're going to move ahead about 15 seconds. I'm going to ask you what you see there.
Yes, sir.
just judge the time. Stop. So it's 11:31:42. Can you tell us what we saw there?
Yes, sir. That's a white vehicle that I saw approaching into the schoolyard.
So about 20 seconds after the gunman reaches the parking lot, then you see a
Yes, sir.
white car, and it's headed toward that same direction. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start back up. And you can stop it there. So around 11:31:50, he's out of sight, but he's close to that south side of that last.
Yes, sir.
Is
At that when what I remember seeing is that the gentleman was between the two vehicles towards the front end of the vehicles, and that's when I saw the white vehicle that was going really fast that went right by him.
So the gunman was still at the southwest side of the building.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move forward then to 11:33:25. Okay. You stop it. Around 11:33:33, did you see a police car then leaving and driving that direction?
That direction, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you, because it's quiet, y'all didn't pick up sound, is that correct?
Correct.
But during this whole period of time, from when you saw the first white police car at 11:31:42 until the police car left at 11:33:25, what was going on at the school?
That time there was that's when the shooting was happening outside. That's when he began to shoot the children at the pavilion first. That's what I was watching.
Okay. So you were watching the gunman shooting children at the pavilion,
Yes, sir.
and then did you see what the shooter did after that?
After he was shooting the children, I just saw the children, kind of all ran away from the school, and then I saw him walking towards the south end of the building, and then started at every window, and just randomly would just get the gun and shoot inside the windows.
And when he was shooting, that was after the white car had already gotten to the south end of the building.
Yes, sir.
And did you hear one or more than one shot?
No, he was shooting at every window as he was walking down. So there was a lot more. I don't know how many windows there was there, but he was shooting at every window up until he got to the entry door.
And did that give you concern?
Absolutely.
And what were you concerned for?
Or just for the children, the safety of the children, and
But
the
you
police
couldn't see the
officers.
children.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't see the children?
No, sir.
Well, then why would you be concerned for the children?
Well, because I didn't know whether they were in classrooms or not in classroom.
Sure. That's normal, right?
Yes, sir. They're innocent children, so it's like.
Right, innocent children. And that's why we hear that energy in your voice when you call 911.
Correct. Yes,
You're
sir.
concerned for the kids.
Yes, sir.
And now we'll move to 11:34:59. That's a full minute and a half later. And is the second, would you stop at 11:34:59? Is that second white vehicle coming into view now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it goes back to the same place that the first vehicle went, the first white vehicle?
I can't tell you, sir, because I don't remember ever seeing another vehicle other than just the first white one.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll run it ahead. Will you describe what you see this second white vehicle do?
Yes, sir.
Will you describe it as you watch it? And would you stop it there at 11:35:07?
And he passed the parking lot right where the shooter was originally from the beginning.
Did he say take the same path that that first vehicle took?
From the left side, yes, sir.
And that was at 11:35:08, some 3.5 minutes later. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
It's good, Mark. Lunch.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little afternoon. What I'd like to ask the folks in the courtroom to do is we're going to excuse the jury and they're going to go with the bailiff to catch the elevators to have lunch so we can get them back by 1:15. So if you'll stay in the courtroom until the bailiff opens the door over there, we'll get them out first. Please remember my instructions, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the jury. Okay, y'all come in and have a seat when you reach your designated seat, and we'll get started. All right, please be seated in the courtroom. When we recessed, members of the jury, we have passed this witness for cross-examination, so I'll ask the defense to proceed at this time.
Thank you, Judge. Hello, Mr. Lemones.
Hello, sir.
My name is Nico LaHood. I'm one of the 3 defense lawyers that's representing Adrian Gonzales.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
We've never spoken before, have we?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever testified before?
No, sir.
Okay. This is cross-examination, so I'm going to ask you some questions. And if there's any time that you don't understand my question or you need me to repeat it or I'm talking too fast or whatever, just say, Nico, will you please, and you can call me Nico, by the way. You repeat your question. I don't understand, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You said a lot, and it was emotional, and we can feel it, and it's very genuine and sincere, and I can tell. I'm going to ask you questions, and if you need me to stop at any time, just tell me and I'll pause, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we heard the 911 tapes. I think they speak for themselves. Is it fair to say that you were obviously in a very heightened state of stress?
Absolutely.
Okay. And we could hear that. And I want to talk to you about some of that stress and how it may or may not have affected some of your observations or what you knew was going on or not at the time, okay? But before we get there, the government took you through step by step that you thought this was an accident, right?
Yes, sir.
Initially. And being, I can tell the Christian man that you are, and I know you're a pastor, you went out there to see if you could help the person in the culvert. Is that
Correct.
a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
And then when you got there, we can actually tell that you're on 911 thinking you're reporting an accident.
Correct.
But at some point, you realize it's not an accident because we can hear it on the 911 tape audio, and you testified to this jury that very quickly you knew that your life was in danger.
Correct.
But not just your life was in danger. At some point, you felt that whoever was at the school's life was in danger.
Correct.
And you reported it to the dispatcher.
Correct.
And you were very clear about it. Is
Yes,
that a
sir.
fair statement?
Yes, sir.
Is it also fair to say that you don't know how the dispatcher was reporting it to officers?
That's correct.
Okay. And that's we'll talk about that with somebody else. But you were very clear, and you could hear the stress that you felt that this person with a gun was going towards the school. Right?
Yes, sir.
I also want to say this, and I have zero doubt that you were trying to be disingenuous, but you said you told this jury that he was nonchalantly walking. Do you remember that?
Correct.
And you're actually correct, because you saw the video. He was kind of just walking at a regular pace.
He was gracing, yes, sir.
But do you remember on the 911 tape how you said that you thought he was running towards the school?
To be honest with you, I don't recall.
If the government can maybe help me replay that if we need to, but can you help me do that?
We agreed that he said, no, I mean, we agreed that he said that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bill. So the government has agreed with me that on the 911 tape, the jury heard that you told the dispatcher that he's running to the school, he's running to the school.
Okay. Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay.
correct. Sorry.
And you weren't being dishonest, you were wrong at the time, right?
Correct.
And nobody's trying to make you feel bad for that. You were under tremendous stress, right?
Yes, sir.
And stress can make people, including yourself, maybe not people, you, stress made you perceive the situation differently than what we saw on video that it actually was.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. You also said in the 911 video that you felt, you were perceiving that he was shooting at the kids near the pavilion.
Correct.
Would it surprise you to know that there is no evidence that he shot at the kids in the pavilion?
Yes, that would surprise me.
Okay, fair enough. But you were also seemed to be a little bit surprised that there were other officers at the scene. At the corner.
At the corner, correct.
I think you told this jury and you testified that this was the first time that you had actually seen that there were 3 other officers at the corner?
Correct.
So are you saying that at no time before you testified to this jury that you knew that, you won't know their names, but these 3 officers, Mendoza, Saucedo, and Coronado, showed up at the corner, that we saw them on video? You didn't know that until now?
No, sir, that's correct. I didn't know.
Have you met with the government before you testified today?
Yes, sir.
Who did you meet with?
With Mr. Garza and Mr. Gardner.
Okay. And you just, that's appropriate, by the way, for you to do that. But you discussed your testimony, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you get a chance to review these videos and listen to the 911 tape?
No, sir. Not entirely, no.
So, you saw that there were 3 other officers that arrived at the corner where the accident was.
Today in the video, yes, sir.
And before I talk to you about what they did and didn't do, you said some things. You said that you saw the individual with the gun walking towards the school, and then we lose track of him in the parking lot. Correct?
Are you talking about with the palm trees in the middle?
I'm talking about where the teachers park.
Yes, okay, yes, sir.
Okay, and so he's walking towards the school, and at some point, we can't see him anymore on video.
That's correct.
And you even said at some point he goes into a parking lot that had a lot of cars in it,
Yes.
correct? Okay, you have to say yes because she's taking the court reporter is
Oh,
recording.
sorry. Yes,
It's
sir.
okay, don't worry about it. If you're nervous, and we'll go slow. So you also testified that you saw him hiding or between two vehicles.
Correct. I wouldn't say hiding. I would say he was walking between
Okay.
two vehicles.
But you also testified that there was, I'm going to use your words because I want to make sure I get it right, no way that whoever, and I'm going to talk about this vehicle, whoever's in this white vehicle could have seen him driving when he was driving by.
Correct.
Okay.
From my perspective, because of what I saw and the speed of the vehicle that was going.
So whoever was in that vehicle driving by, that person, in your opinion, could not have seen the shooter.
To me, no.
Okay. And you also said that whoever was driving that white vehicle was driving, your words were, real fast towards the back of the school.
Correct.
Do you know that the government and us, we agree that that was Adrian Gonzales in that vehicle?
Okay. I didn't know who it was.
Did you know before you testified today?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, that was Adrian Gonzales in that vehicle.
Okay.
So Adrian Gonzales was driving really fast towards the school. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now I want to direct your attention to those three officers that you just realized showed up to the scene. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now you got a chance to see the video. You saw that those three officers stopped on that corner.
Yes, sir.
You also know that you were on the phone telling 911 the severity of the circumstance, correct?
Correct.
And you were sharing that information on 911 before those three officers showed up to that corner.
That's correct.
And you have no personal knowledge why those officers stopped there.
No, sir. Because again, I didn't see them. I guess my attention was facing the school, so I can report it to 911.
Did you ever see those officers get out of their vehicle?
No, sir.
I'm not going to ask you how long they stayed there because you didn't see them until today, right?
Correct.
Okay. But you saw on the video that at some point in time, those three officers did not follow Adrian on the campus. They drove away.
Correct.
And you saw in the video that they showed up not long after Adrian drove really fast towards the school.
Correct.
I thought I heard you say on direct examination that you were telling somebody, I thought you said you were telling an officer that the shooter had entered the school. Did I hear that wrong?
No, you heard that correctly.
What officer did you tell that to?
I don't know the name of the officer. It was the officer that parked close to the entrance of the door where the shooter had entered through.
So I want to be clear. May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm going to use State's Exhibit. Was this one, Bill? State 1. Can you see this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you saying that you told, are you saying there was an officer that parked, because this is the west side of the building where the shooter entered, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're at, is this the funeral home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any idea how far that is?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. It's a decent distance.
It's a distance, yes, sir.
I mean, it's
But I
not-
wasn't I was not in the close to the door of the funeral home. I was closer towards the parking lot. I don't know if you saw in the video where I walked outside. So when I was doing a lot of the explaining, telling the officers where I was at, I was towards the middle of the parking lot.
Your parking lot or
The parking lot of the funeral home.
So right here.
Right about there, yes,
So
sir.
this is for the jury. This is Geraldine Street, correct?
Correct.
And this Geraldine Street, it goes. If this is north, east, west, south, kind of towards the northwest of the school, all the way north.
Correct.
Okay. And so is it fair to say, or you tell me, where were you standing? Were you standing maybe here?
Not there, a little bit further, more towards up the, right about there, a little bit up.
And so you're saying that there was an officer that stopped here.
Not there, no, sir.
Where did the officer stop?
The officer, may I approach?
May he approach, Judge?
Yes.
first police officer that I saw that was Uvalde Police Department, he parked right here, and that's where it was at, because I was telling him that the shooter had gone through this door.
So you're okay. So you're saying that the officer was here, you're standing here, correct?
Correct. I was actually right over in this area when the officer parked right here, and I was yelling at him, telling him that the shooter had gone through there.
Is that when you were still on 911?
I think so.
Okay, so do you have any time of the time frame of when that was?
So unfortunately, I was not aware of any time.
Now, is it fair to say that officer, whoever that officer was, and do you have any idea, could it have been these officers here?
It could have been.
Now, do you have any idea, or let me say, you agree that this officer, whoever it was, did not run to the school?
Correct. I didn't.
So this officer, you told him very clearly that you saw, not the general location, that you saw exactly where the shooter entered, correct?
Correct. And I think if you hear the 911 call, you hear me telling them the officer, he went through that door.
Well, I did hear that. I think we all did, and that's why I'm asking you this question. But we just don't know which officer you're talking to, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so but you told an officer, because we can hear you in real time on 911, he went through this specific door.
Yes, sir.
You didn't say he's in this general location.
No.
You said, sir, he went through that, but we heard what you said.
Yes, sir.
And that officer did not make their way directly to that door.
Correct.
So is it fair to say that officer did not breach this door? Breach meaning go through the
Go
door?
through the door. No.
Did you get a chance to see where that officer went?
No, sir.
But by this time, and this is fairly quickly, this time there's a number of officers there.
That is correct.
And now that you know, once Adrian Gonzales drives into the campus, you never make eyes on him, correct?
No, sir.
You never see what he's
Where
doing
he
or not
went?
doing.
No, sir.
You never saw him come around to the west side of the door,
No,
the west side of the school.
No, sir.
You never saw a female come to the west side of the school.
No, sir.
But what you do know for sure is that you told an officer exactly what door the shooter went in, and that officer did not follow them in.
Correct.
And it wasn't the same officer, Adrian Gonzales, that drove behind the school towards the danger.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Lemones. Pass the witness, Judge.
No other questions?
Subject to recall, either side?
He's fine to be released, Judge.
He can be released.
Okay, sir, you are released from the subpoena. The rule has been invoked, so I'd ask you not to talk to anybody about the case until you're aware the trial is over with. But you're free to go, not subject to recall. Thank you.